have you here. Thank you for returning if you are back, and if you are new, welcome. I am in a 4 to 5 part series about my headache disorders with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and the different types of headaches that I get or have got along the way. And so that is what I'm talking about. And tonight I am talking about my experiences with occipital neuralgia. I am going to have to refer to my notes, unfortunately, because I just cannot remember all the information that I want to. But basically, occipital neuralgia, if you suffer from it, you already know. If it's something that maybe you're considering as a possibility, it arises from your C2, C3 cervical nerve roots. And it starts there at that base of your skull and then shoots towards your eye. So for me, it's like a burning pain, and then it shoots to behind and above my eye. And it can be burning, throbbing, aching, like a shock which I get all of those at different times. I'd say the most where it stays though is the burning. So I was diagnosed with occipital neuralgia in 2011 so that was 2 years after I got my chronic daily migraine diagnosis, and it was after they saw that I was not responding very favorably to the migraine treatments. So I was very blessed to have a doctor that recognized it, because it is very difficult to diagnose, because it's hard to differentiate whether it is a migraine or a cluster headache, or there's a crossover in symptoms, and so it can be difficult to diagnose. I think the most MRI, they'll use CT scan, and sometimes be able to visualize that nerve root compression, that damage. In my case, that was not the case, and it took diagnostic nerve blocks. And so they'll do the nerve block. If you have a favorable response, then they'll know that's where it's at, that's where it's originating from, and that's how mine was. The relief was not long lived. It was only about a day, I want to say. But it did tell him we were at the right area. And so the first line of treatment is going to be conservative measures: heat, NSAIDs, so like Advil, or prescription NSAIDs like Mobic, physical therapy, massage, things like that. Interestingly enough, massage makes mine worse. It triggers any touch, and I guess it's not that abnormal, because any light touch, if you have occipital neuralgia, you'll know, even a hairbrush going through your hair, it just triggers it. It's so painful. And I had physical therapy today, which of course is one of the treatments, and she has to massage my neck as part of it, and it just sent it through the roof. So I've had a really bad pain day. And anyway, it's hard to not only diagnose but to treat. So they'll try those conservative measures first, and then they will move to more invasive slowly. Hopefully, the hope is that you don't have to move to those invasive treatments, but unfortunately in my case we did. The injections, the corticosteroid injections and blocks, they did not help, or not longer than 2 to 3 days. So medication has been what we've used, and you can use pain medication's not favorable for it. I can't take NSAIDs, so unfortunately that's sort of my only option. And then there are, just because I say that because the goal of treatment is pain relief, to try to give you the best quality of life possible. In my case, I can't take NSAIDs, but muscle relaxers are helpful. I've tried, anticonvulsants are also a treatment for the occipital neuralgia. Those didn't help me. Muscle relaxers do, though. My tizanidine does help. And ice, my headache hat, I've talked about it before. It's my daily, I love that thing. It's my ride or die for sure. Surgery became an option in 2013, or became our kind of only option in 2013, because nerve stimulation had become available for more than just back pain. So neural stimulation became available for not only chronic migraines but for occipital neuralgia. I was approved for it since I had failed all the other treatments, and I have the neural stimulator that I've talked about before. My power source is in my upper chest underneath my collarbone, where a lot of people's is, and then I've got the 2 leads that run at that C2, C3 vertebra area, and those gentle electrical pulses are supposed to bring relief, and they did for me for the first 6 months. And then my leads migrated, which unfortunately is a risk you take with that surgery. And then after my complete revision, they just didn't, I never got the same relief. So unfortunately, it is hard, it's hard to diagnose. So it's often, I believe, probably misdiagnosed as migraines or, different things like that. I'm trying to find what I wanted to share, but the other surgery, that's what I wanted to share, is microvascular decompression. And it involves microsurgical exposure of the affected nerves, identification of blood vessels that might be compressing the nerves, and gentle displacement of these away from the point of compression. Decompression may reduce sensitivity and allow the nerves to recover and return to a normal, pain-free condition. The nerves treated may include the C2 nerve root, ganglion, and postganglionic nerve. So that is another surgery option, and certainly, like in my case, my occipital neuralgia, my nerve compression and my nerve entrapment is caused by the instability, is what's believed at this point. So if the treatment for instability does not work, then that is the direction we'll be moving next, because this pain is my most disabling pain. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't go that direction. I'm hoping that the instability corrects it all, but it's good to know there is another surgery. It's something that I haven't tried. And, if you have occipital neuralgia, you know how debilitating it is. It's severely painful, and there are not a whole lot of treatments out there. So I wanted to share my experience, not only for awareness, but for somebody that might be searching and wondering, why am I not getting relief with what I'm getting, with what I'm on, or what I'm being treated with, and what I've been diagnosed with, and things like that, because it isn't diagnosed very often, from what I have read, from what I understand anyway. And so I did want to share my story, just in hopes of maybe putting it out there, because I know when I was searching everywhere. I was searching YouTube, blogs, everywhere I could get my hands on information. So I wanted to share, and I hope that if you have this, that you are getting the treatment you need. I mean, I hope that you're getting relief, because it is awful. But I would love to hear your experience below. It might help somebody else that's looking and for answers, looking for treatment options, or I would love to hear what you've tried, if it's helped, what you found helpful, not helpful. So I would really appreciate it if you'd share below, and I just appreciate you being here. And if this helped you at all, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be getting notified next time I upload. And again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.